Roseanne is called a selfish old woman amid clash with daughter Becky over surrogacy arrangement. Roseanne clashed with her daughter Becky over her surrogacy arrangement in the latest episode of the highly popular reboot. The argument resulted in Becky shouting at her, "You are a selfish old woman." Roseanne's complicated relationship with her daughter Becky was at the heart of Tuesday's edition of the top-rated sitcom. Becky was excited about a $50,000 windfall she was in line for acting as a surrogate to Andrea, but Roseanne wasn't supporting of the gesture. Roseanne Barr, tried to persuade Becky, Alicia Goranson, to abandon her plans, noting the family's questionable genetics. "Connor babies have huge heads," she said, leading Becky to storm out and declare, "I'm not coming over here again." Becky was accompanied by her Aunt Jackie, Lori Metcalf, to the fertility clinic for an examination where they were met by Andrea, Sarah Chalk, who Becky is carrying the child for. But she received bad news from the doctor, who told her she has the eggs of an older woman, after Becky lied and claimed she was younger, and a less than 5% chance of getting pregnant. Back at home, Roseanne schemed how to sabotage Becky's attempt to act as a surrogate, even hunting down her would-be benefactor Andrea's, Sarah Chalk, personal information online. "Hey Dan, did you know you can get on the internet and get anybody's address and phone number?" she asked. "That Andrea person, she's not getting a Connor baby." Dan took exception to this, arguing with her that Becky should be able to do what she wants. He said, "You're gonna stop interfering with Becky and you're gonna do it now." Becky returned home and continued to clash with her mother, telling her, "You are a selfish old woman," before leaving. Upset, she later texted Darlene, Sarah Gilbert, who announced, according to the text, "She's wasted as duck." Darlene later joined Becky at the Mexican restaurant where she works, with the pair downing margaritas. Darlene, who was shaking off getting rejected from a gig at Build-A-Bear earlier in the day, suggested to Becky that she's a bit immature and doesn't act her age. "You're like a young old person or like an old young person," she said, as Becky ruminated over the unwelcome turns she's had after she was widowed with the death of her husband Mark Healy, who was played by late actor Glenn Quinn on the show's initial run. "My life wasn't supposed to turn out like this. Mark and I were going to have kids. We were trying, all the time," Becky revealed. Darlene told Becky, "You know Becky, it's not betraying Mark to move on." Roseanne and Dan, John Goodman, later showed up to the restaurant, where she had a heart-to-heart chat with Becky over their previous disagreements, as Roseanne admitted that she should have considered things from Becky's point of view. Another storyline centered around Jackie's attempts to adopt an adorable dog named Armani, who Becky initially brought home in anticipation of having a backyard with her surrogate Cash. Jackie was thwarted after an animal rescue official dismissed her as too old. Roseanne accompanied Jackie to the office to retrieve Armani, where they hustled the administrator into letting them have a last moment with the dog. Jackie embraced the pet, before they rushed out with the animal. Roseanne told the animal rescue official that Jackie was a police officer, which dissuaded the official from contacting the authorities over the heist. The episode wrapped up with Jackie training Armani ineffectively. Tuesday's edition was dedicated to the memory of actor Glenn Quinn, who played the role of Becky's love Mark Healy over the course of the show's initial run. It was revealed earlier this season that the character had died, leaving Becky widowed. The Irish actor passed away from a heroin overdose in December of 2002, 5 years after the show went off the air. Roseanne airs Tuesdays on ABC at 8/7C.